Hello, thank you for tuning into this section of reads. These reads are definitely valid for whenever you come to them. The cards and dice, that's going to be below. This should be on YouTube channel James13 Wicca, just in case you're seeing it somewhere else. This is where it should be on YouTube. And that being said, this is the last month I'm going to be doing readings at Renewed and Rescued, but there's cool things there if you want to check it out. It's in Herkimer, New York. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4 at James the number 4 astral@gmail.com. Excuse me, it should be right down here. And if you'd like the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Virgo? I feel like I have to take a big breath, but why? I mean, nothing's really bad, is it? Oh, there's, okay. So you're definitely stressed about something is what I'm getting. Okay, this is what's around you. Okay, so this, I don't know if I really want to deal with these people, but there's people around this situation. I keep feeling the stress. Like, there's this card here, and I keep feeling that stress. I keep getting this idea in my head, like, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I'm going to have to deal with this or that. It's only a matter of time. Okay. But I feel like it's holding you down. It's good to be ready. It's good to be ready, definitely. But it's not good to be oppressed or like suppressed, oppressed, however you want to put that. Like, there's pressure on you because I'm trying to be prepared is what I'm getting. And it's like, I don't exactly know what they're going to do, but I know sooner or later I'm going to have to deal with this. And it's, okay. Currently the energy isn't really moving. So when you're watching this, I feel like the energy isn't really going anywhere just now. So I feel like you probably realize that, but there's this anticipation and this stress, like, yeah, but it will at some point. I know it will at some point. Okay. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling that way, but I'm kind of trying to give the information or energy, kind of like empowerment, yes. Oppression, no. So we want to lift your energy, lift it. There's good reason you feel the way you feel, so I hope it doesn't come across like, I mean, I know there's definitely a good reason, like there is. And there's lack of foundation. Okay, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the High Priestess reversed. Somebody you might be dealing with, could be situational, it kind of, it's a general read. For a lot of you, I feel like it's a person. It's kind of like, I feel like they're just waiting to start with me again, or they're just, I know sooner or later they're going to set me up. Okay. So I'm also getting like a job connection for some of you. Maybe you think this is somebody in management or another coworker. And it's kind of like I never know what direction they're going to come from. It's like the more I prepare, it's almost like they know what I'm preparing for and they go a totally different direction. There's success in the current moment for you though, which might be also a little, okay, so we got that. What's going on with the current success for you? I'm worried that I won't be able to keep it because of what's going on around me. I'm worried that I won't be able to keep it because of what's going on around me. But there's good things here. And you're putting in a lot of effort. This is probably another reason there's aggravation here and stress. I'm putting in effort to make this work. And this isn't right that somebody can screw this up on me and take the work that I put in and use it or manipulate it or destroy it. And this isn't right. I put in work to get something out. I put in this effort. I deserve to get something out of it. There's a little bit of there's some energy there, you know. So, all right. So first of all, the point of this reading is to keep you in the position of power, to bring down the stress, and to help you keep what is yours. That's where we're going with this. Because I'm getting like more and more tense. I'm like, no, the point of this reading is to help position you in a way that you can do what you need to do to keep what is yours, to what you put effort into. First of all, believe and know you're not here to fail. You're here to succeed. One way or another, you're meant to succeed. That's the whole point of the situation. Okay. I also feel like you've overcome probably worse things. You've succeeded through bigger things, through worse things. You have what it takes to make it through. You have the intellect to make this work. You will be taken care of. You will be okay. One way or another, you will be okay. And realize, be thankful for your own intelligence. You've got what it takes to make this. You can succeed. You do have what it takes. That's the gratitude I'm getting here. Like, you do have support around you, too, to some extent. Which could be, just to be fair, we're just going to use the example of if this was a work thing. If. Just an example. Maybe at work you don't have the support, but outside of work you could vent and talk about and help. Maybe other people there could give you ideas about maybe some things you could do. Maybe they don't understand what you do for a living, but when you explain it, they're like, what about this? Could you do that? And you're like, well, actually, no, but now that you said that, that gives me this idea, or it gives me that idea. You know, hopefully this makes sense, because I've had this experience myself where I worked at a certain job and I tried to explain it to people and they don't really quite get what I was doing at the time. But when I was explaining the problem, they'd be like, well, could you do this? And I'm like, no, I really don't think I could successfully do that. But now that you said that, that kind of clicked something in my brain. This other thing is a possibility. Stuff like that, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense, because sometimes a fresh perspective can like open doors. Like, oh, that's an idea. If these factors were there, that might be an option, but they're not. Yet these factors are, and I think now that you said that, it kind of clicked it in my brain. Maybe, just maybe. That's another thing with gratitude. Realize you have the intellect to make this happen. You are not behind the 8 ball. No, this right here. In the situation, that's the problem. Okay. You do have some energy that may or may not be an ally. May or may not be an ally, but it's kind of like you know where it's going. You know where this is going. The Knight of Pentacles, it's Earth, your Earth. It should be compatible. I'm not super confident with that. It's more the energy I'm getting, like, you know what to expect from it. It pretty much does what you expect. It pretty much goes in the same direction all the time. You pretty much know what to expect. That's one. You got another energy here that's kind of like, it reminds me of working with somebody, like, as long as they get the paycheck, I don't care what happens. One of those people. Like, oh, I got to do that or else I could get fired. All right, I'll do that. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. It's like, they're just showing up for what they want. They'll only do what they feel like they have to do. Oh, I have to be nice to people, or you're going to fire me? All right, I'll be nice to people. You know, I feel like you know what I mean. They're not going to, you know. And then you got the Thief card here. This is an interesting card. It's not always the Thief card, but this one, the way this one comes across, it's like somebody waiting for their moment to get what they want. That's kind of, so Thief. Now I'm getting for this one, somebody's waiting in the wings to, like, where's my opportunity so I can get what I want. Where is this my turn? I don't care if it's supposed to be your turn. It's my turn now. One of those. You know what I mean? Oh, it's supposed to be for you, but I don't care. If I can take it, I'm taking it. One of those. So you probably, well, if you didn't, I feel like we're just trying to fill in some energy here, so maybe that'll help. Your next phase, which could be a very short phase. When I say phase, your next moment maybe be a better word, because it could be anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks to 2 months. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, something. I don't think it's going to be 2 hours, but who knows? Take it with a grain of salt. I'm thinking like 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that. You're going to have a really good time here for a period. I feel like for most of you, it should be like a couple weeks at least. But take it with a grain of salt. But I'm going to get comfortable. There's enough energy here. There's enough time where I, for some reason, get a little bit comfortable. So I feel like for most of you, it's going to be a couple weeks, at the very least. And the thing is, I'm going to feel like maybe I have this under control. Maybe. Can we get like a little bit more dimension in that view? I feel like maybe I have an ally and things are going well. Somebody's treating me well. I feel like I have an ally. The Queen of Swords popped up upright on the dice, and the Sun card popped up on the dice upright as well. It's a really good moment, and I feel like somebody is maybe looking out for me, or maybe I have some backing, I have some support here that is more important, or maybe I didn't realize was here or has been added in. Something. I feel like there's support here that I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be okay here. I think you can believe in that. But the thing is, there's more. This card is also a card of like putting out the truth, very bold, very, this is just what it is. Just, this is the facts, this is how it happened. This energy, you gotta be careful with this. Because this energy also can ruffle feathers very easily. And this is a situation where I'm like, we don't need new problems. I just feel like, not that you want them, and I don't think you purposely would do that. I don't feel that. But it's kind of like, if this energy is just on its own and just being who it is, people get bothered by it because it's just very bold. This is just what it is, and they're just very facts, and this is just what it is. They don't really they don't say it with a spoonful of sugar. They're just like, if it's vinegar, it's vinegar. What's the problem? It is what it is. Very bold, very blunt. I feel like I'm missing something, but we're going to leave that. If I have to come back to it, I will. Be very careful. Is this the king? The king is a strategist, the King of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is here. You do have some backing, and it's kind of like, I feel like I should be able to count on this backing, but it's like, the person, if it's a person, maybe definitely on your side, but they might not be afforded the position you need them to be in to actually help you. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, you have this ally. I feel like you do. I don't know if this is new or what this is, but like something, like I feel more confident with it. I feel more secure with it. I do feel like as long as it's able to, it will help you. But it's almost like someone, like a manager, like, oh, I'm good with this manager. They respect me. I respect them. We're good. Then they go on a week's vacation, and the first day they're gone, that's when stuff starts happening. It's kind of like, I really need them, but they're out of the country for, till next week, and we just started this week. You know what I mean? Be aware of the Wheel of Fortune. That's all they're saying. Be careful. Set yourself up to be like, all right, just in case I don't have this backing, just in case this person can't help me for whatever reason, let me have my backup plan. Usually Virgos do backup plans anyway. But there's something about, like, being aware and being ready. Okay. Because the stress level seems to go down. And the thing is, we don't want it to go down temporarily. We want the stress level to go down and stay there and be stabilized there. Something happens here, and we see it coming in the distance. We see the clouds are coming. We see those dark clouds are coming. We're like, all right, that could be a storm. That could be if you're in an area, like it could be a tornado, could be a hurricane, could be whatever. But I see the storm coming. I'm like, all right, it's going to happen. You got the Six of Cups, and you got your energy is the Hermit card. All right, writing's on the wall. Writing is on the wall. That stability should be there for you. There's the Page and the Queen of Pentacles, to where In this moment, if I need to step forward, I will. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go with it and do what I need to do. But if I need to step forward, I will, because I'm not getting into this ridiculousness. I feel like there's this energy for you. Like, I don't really want to step out front if I don't have to, but I will before I go down that road. I'll say something before that happens. Before we do that, I'll say something if I need to. I don't want to. I feel like I don't want to, but I will if I need to. I feel like we got that going on here. So it's ironic to me that the Tower does come in. It will come in. I feel like this is kind of like, yep, I knew it was coming. Yes, and it will. But you may have a way to slow it down. I don't know what's going on here. If it's related to a person starting issues, I feel like you might nullify them, and it's not going to take a lot of effort, ironically. Like, nullify them? Yeah, you might, like, stop them in their tracks. Because I get, like, oh, you want to do that? Well, if we do that, we're going to lose this and we're going to lose that. Is that acceptable? Well, of course it's not acceptable. Well, then we can't do that. We have to do that. Why do we have to do that? Because I said so. Well, we're going to lose this stuff then. We can't lose that. Then you have to explain why we have to do that. Maybe I can find an alternative. And I feel like I can, the word filibuster is popping in my brain, which I think is when people I think it's a political term where people just blather on just to stop anything from moving. That's the whole part of it. It's like they're just blabbering on just to stop things, which is effective. And you might be able to do that, and it's good. This is a good thing. You're stopping the situation in its tracks. That's good. Abundance comes in for you with that version of the situation where it's just kind of like we just keep talking about it and we hold it off. And while we keep going back and talking about it, it should allow you some type of energy where if you can't, somebody else can research, like, what options and why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this, and what options do we have? This might smoke a snake out of the grass. I don't think that's going to bother you, but I feel like they'd rather you know that this could happen. Could happen. I'm not guaranteeing anything. It's a general read. There's like an infectious level of aggravation going on here. And sometimes people screw themselves over without realizing it. It's just a little too late. I don't know how to explain this. It's like somebody like exposing themselves for the bad deeds that they've done. Just remember, you do things for a reason, with purpose. Virgos think things out. They just do. What I'm getting from this is be careful to not believe that you have to do something just because somebody's trying to bully you into it. And you don't have to be put in a position where people are like, well, you're just being, stubborn or contradictory. No, I'm trying to figure out, use your energy to like ask the questions that need answers and build the plan. Be like, I'm asking these questions because we need to succeed and I want to help us succeed. I don't want this to become a problem, so I'm just trying to help. And if we do this, that's going to happen. We're going to lose this, we're going to lose that. So if you tell me why we need to do this, maybe I can find an alternative, or I can find a way to maybe save these things. Otherwise, if you just do it the way you're doing it without telling me, we're definitely going to lose those. I can only help save those if you give me the information. And they don't want to. And the more it goes back and forth or whatever, other people are going to notice, and other people are going to be like, well, we don't want to lose that either. And this person's not giving the information. Why aren't they giving the information? We want to know if we have to lose those. And there's a lot going back and forth. And somebody else is going to step in and mediate this. And that's where it goes where it needs to go. We're just going to put it that way. If somebody's doing something negative and they're just being rotten, because people do that. I'm sorry, but there's people in the world who just do that. It's going to be on them, the consequences they get. It's not your fault. And I would know that. This might actually solve this. So the whole purpose of this reading is to bring down the stress, to realize you're going to be okay, and then hopefully to empower you to have a different way to handle this. Because some of you might get to that part where this person's like, oh, this is what we got to do now. And it's frustrating, and some of you will just go along with it. They're saying you don't have to do that. Talk it out. Get the conversation going. It may not be a comfortable conversation, but if it heals the situation and puts it in a position to where you don't have to feel constantly stressed about it, it's a worthwhile conversation. And this person may be exposed for what they're doing, and that may have some really severe consequences for them, but I don't see why we'd feel bad for them for that. Okay, I think we're done. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.